Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
$86868. Each call costs 50 cents.
For love, I want to marry you.
He defied the world.
This Scottish rebel.
For revenge,
He fights to avenge a woman?
he went to war.
We cannot defeat this army. We can't.
For what he lost, he would never find peace.
They may take our lives,
For what he won,
but they'll never take our freedom.
he would never be forgotten.
Every man dies. Not every man really lives.
Braveheart, rated R. Starts Wednesday, May 24th at theaters everywhere.
What would you do for a clone?
Oh, the commercial that you can't hit pause fast enough when you're recording off the radio.
If I see a trailer that's got some like 90s commercials on either side of it, I always pick that one because that shit. That was like the first one. If you're not watching on YouTube, that's a smart move. First of all, but if you do watch, you could see the actual trailer, and you could see it's like a freaking 900 line to dial into hard copy. If you have information that will help them solve a crime, fees may apply.
Oh, geez, I didn't even see that it was hard copy. I was laughing so hard that it was 50 cents a minute. Thought it was Miss Cleo.
that would have been amazing. But yeah, man, Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart, brave up to a point. Heart.
I had a proctal examination. I confessed to the Kennedy assassination.
I've had bigger joints in an ashtray. Yeah, dude, friggin' Braveheart. Dude, this was the first time I saw it all the way through in one take.
Dude, this is it's exactly my type of music, dude. It's a freaking epic movie with a reluctant hero. I'm all about the reluctant hero, like Gladiator, Taken, John Wick, Luke Skywalker, Thomas Callahan III from Tommy Boy.
Yeah, yes. The hero's journey. Always the hero's journey.
Super into it. And I remember I had a buddy in college who listened to the score like in the weight room, like would just freaking crank that shit up, and then just like would go do power cleans.
Oh man, just on the incline.
James Horner was out there.
Take our freedom,
dude. James Horner was out there doing work.
Nice.
He took the sword, the huge sword that you hold with two hands, which I thought was a great sword, but they said it was maybe a two-handed longsword. And he just straight up threw it. I was like, I don't think he'd do it like more than one time. I was like, I'm not like a sword expert, but I don't think I would do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Also, I've never, ever held a real sword, ever.
Oh, yeah.
I've never held a replica sword, unless you count the thing that Arthur Simone made us out of PVC pipe at those swim meets.
In pool noodles.
I've never held one. Are they supposed to wobble as much as they were wobbling?
I don't think they're supposed to wobble. I think that's movie prop sword. Let's ask our expert intern Mike.
Oh, bring in the intern. Oh snap! Where's
What's
Mike
happening?
Jones? Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Camera's still doing work. My bad. Not much, man. How are you guys?
Oh, this is wonderful. I like it better that I can't see you. Actually, this is much better.
Yeah. I hung out with intern Mike a couple weeks ago in Montana. He looks the same. He didn't miss anything.
Okay, good. That's good.
I thought I got fired.
I'm picturing young Mike.
I thought I got fired, but I haven't got paid, so it's fine.
Actually, we're going to go ahead and ask you to move your desk back just a little bit and turn in your stapler, please. That would be great.
We thought you were quiet quitting because we hadn't heard anything from you.
Well, I heard there was a problem with scheduling. Like, the schedule just didn't exist. Was really more the problem.
Well, no, intern Mike has been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. He told me he spent a lot of last year working on a big interview for us, and then got pretty deep into it and realized that Robin Williams actually is dead. But he,
I tried
he was on it for a while.
I tried. I had a lot of good thoughts, a lot of good ideas. Just didn't really come to it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, pour some out.
Well, Mike, are you ready to give us your input on Braveheart, the best movie of 1995 according to the Oscars?
Okay.
I was gonna say, according to who?
Yeah, hit us with your thoughts. Have you seen this?
A long time ago. I tried to watch it recently, but it costs money. We don't have that around here, so we couldn't do it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Looked on the Hulu. The Hulu didn't have it.
Jones, you said you had a podcast idea that you wanted to float by us.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd start my own because I got like this intern thing going, you know, and I kind of know what's going on now. And I was going to do movies that were really good 29 years ago.
That's a good idea. Just
I guess
undercut us. 7-minute abs.
Just give you a little preview. Preview of what you guys are going to screw up the next year.
Oh, that's so great! You should.
I love this idea, Jones, and I'm happy to help out however I can. But like you and I talked about, it cannot be a rewatch podcast because you haven't seen any of the movies. It would just be a watch podcast from 29 years ago. But I think that could be great.
Yeah, I tried watching Braveheart last night, but I couldn't get it, so I watched something else instead. I even forget that. I fell asleep to it on the couch.
I watched Lethal Weapon instead and just pretended he was wearing a kilt.
Yeah. Oh man.
Getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit. I do love that.
Y'all did it at the same time. That's great. That's great.
Jones, do you want to give the synopsis for Braveheart?
Yeah. So Braveheart,
That's a good idea.
Mel Gibson gets out of jail, and he goes back to Ireland, and he's like, "Hey, I found the love of my life." And
Yeah. That's bang on, except for the jail in the Ireland part because it's Scotland.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
And where is the Terminator? You didn't get any of this right.
Note perfect. All right.
Did you just hang up on Jones?
I didn't hang up on him. His call dropped, but I think that was actually
okay.
the perfect.
I was like, geez,
the
you
perfect
just, like-
ending.
Yeah, you just cut out. That's freaking great.
Yeah.
Oh man,
All right, that's our
That's
intern. We
Mike
try to have him
Jones.
on
That's
once a
nice.
year. You can tell.
I like when Mike Jones comes on. That's wonderful. We should
Yeah.
do that more.
Dude, and I think that's a great. Mel Gibson gets out of jail and then fights for Ireland. That's the perfect synopsis of this movie about the famous Scottish folk hero, William Wallace.
He gets out of jail. Oh man, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mike Jones.
So, budget $53 million, gross $209 million. Number 21 movie on the year between Outbreak and Bad Boys. This movie
that's
was
pretty
huge.
good. Yeah.
Massive commercial success. Also huge. 1,600 extras. Also huge. 2 hours and 57 minutes.
God, that's the part that got me. The 2 hours 57 minutes.
Yeah. Intern Mike's calling back. I'm not going to let him in. Just going to keep rolling.
You should just keep rolling.
It ended perfectly.
Yeah, dude. Academy Awards. It won 5 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Makeup, and Best Sound. Dude, it cleaned up.
Yeah,
it did
absolutely
really well.
cleaned up. And I think this is one of the ones from the mid '90s that the Oscars got right because like '94 Best Picture is Forrest Gump, 100% co-signed.
Yeah,
and '95. There are movies that I like more from '95, but given that comedies never and action movies really never win awards, so it's like this is a pretty good choice, man.
And Bad Boys is both of those, and it's not going to make it.
Yeah, unless they're going to give it to Toy Story,
Right.
or but they're not gonna. So I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it's an epic for sure.
Yeah.
It's an epic.
I'm into it. Sequels and spinoffs. The only thing I saw was there's a sequel like freaking 5 years ago called Robert the Bruce.
Yeah, Robert the Bruce. It's the same guy.
Same guy.
He reprised his role. Robert the Bruce is the actual Braveheart, by the way, like historically.
Right.
That's the guy they called Braveheart. Also, there was one, The Outlaw King. Did you see that? They were saying like,
Yeah.
it's not the actual like spin-off or sequel, but it's like spiritually its successor. Like it's the one that takes over the story. So
Yeah, and this is one of those like things like Robin Hood that has been told a whole bunch of times. So like if you want to go real loose with it, there's a million of these sequels and all across all forms. But like strictly speaking, it had a legacy sequel in 2019 with the same guy, like from some of the same people. But
and
otherwise,
Miss McFadden.
yeah, dude, I like that. I like how historically inaccurate this movie is. I really appreciate that.
It was pretty bad. Not bad, like pretty off as far as that goes.
Yeah.
The guy that wrote it, though, I was reading an article. He said, like, "Oh, this is just supposed to be like a dramatic retelling. This is not.
Yeah,
This is not
the guy
like
the guy that wrote it is named Randall Wallace, but he's from Tennessee. He's not.
Yeah, but
He's not related to William Wallace at all. And he said that it was inspired by a 15th century poem by Blind Harry or some shit. And he just straight up said, he's like, is it true? He's like, I don't know. He's like, but it inspired me, and so I just wrote it based on that.
Right.
And that's how
Absolutely.
you should write movies because
Yeah.
this is way better than the real story. And like, if Trump's
But don't
America
you-
has taught me anything, is that history does not fucking matter at all. Just make it
then you just
interesting.
make it
Just
up. Take all the boring
parts you don't
parts
like, throw that away, and just change the timeline a little bit, make it fun.
Do you feel like this is like historical fiction, like the Titanic or something, like where it's like it actually happened, but it's not the same way?
Well, like I kept thinking about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where like Kevin Costner with a California accent is the Robin of Locksley. Like dude, that movie's awesome. I like it. I don't care if he doesn't have an accent. I don't give a shit. Robin,
why won't you follow us? Because I am not one of you. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. I like
that.
So I mean, even real history super boring. Movie history way more fun and also not real. It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and also not real, but super more fun. When did you see? Did you see? You've seen this before the time we watched it.
Dude, I saw this back in the day, and I remember really liking it. I think probably in high school, maybe even in college, because I had it on DVD. I can't imagine I watched it that much because I would still be watching I'd be finishing my second go around right now if I'd started it in college.
Yeah, 3 hours is a bit much.
But I know I had this, and I remember like I went on road trips with my buddy from college, and he would play the soundtrack in the truck, and I was like, we just Braveheart soundtrack.
Just
big
jerk
James
the wheel
Horner
off of the interstate, go through the prairie.
He's like, this part right here is really good. This part really kicks it up a notch. I'm like, okay.
Dude, I don't think I've seen this all the way through, for reals. I've seen bits and pieces. I'm pretty sure if you put it all together, I had 3 hours worth of watching. But there was parts that I think I missed. The first time I watched it all the way through was for this.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I could see why I didn't make it all the way through, but like, if you got anything else better to do, like eat or sleep, you're screwed if you start it.
Right.
But still, it was, dude, it was worth the watch for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you because you were like, this movie's fine. But I also know that you love Gladiator, and the whole time I was like, what are you talking about? He's not sure about Braveheart, but he loves Gladiator. It's the same freaking movie. It's the exact same shit, beat for
dude,
beat. They just cut the hair short, and they don't do the accent.
I show Gladiator and I show Troy in my class.
They're even wearing skirts in Gladiator.
Dude, I saw so many people that play parts. Even who's his Uncle Argyle. He's in Troy. The guy who plays his friend is the guy who plays God bless Hamish. He's in Troy. Like all of these people, the guy with the scar on his face is in Gladiator.
Yep.
Like all of those guys are in these same movies. And I don't know. The whole time I was just like, meh, I don't know, I guess. But now that I watched it, I have a different opinion. So I'm not mad anymore. We'll talk about. Let's talk about it now. What's your rate?
I gave it an 8 out of 10. I said
Me
8.
too.
Yeah,
Say 8.
I love this genre, epic historical movie about a reluctant hero with an incredible soundtrack. James Horner. Dude, James Horner scored 6 movies in 1995, 2 of which are Braveheart and Apollo 13.
Wow.
That dude was out there doing work.
Yeah, he's killing it. How do you get it past 8? Just make it shorter?
Yeah, trim off 40 minutes.
Yeah, and you could, too. There was a lot of times
could.
where people are just staring at each other like it's an anime TV show or like people are riding horses up to a town. Like,
dude, one of the trailers I found for this that I almost included, it was like the VHS TV commercial, and it showed the freaking 2-layer VHS tapes like freaking 10 Commandments.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, this shit came
Titanic.
on too. Like Titanic.
Yeah.
Like the 10 Commandments.
Even though her boobs are in the first tape, you don't even need the second tape. I don't even know why.
Just take that and throw that right away. But I just like that Mel Gibson was like, hey, man, I don't, like we're out here we're building robotic horses. We got actual troops as the extras for the battle scenes. Like he said that the Battle of Stirling Bridge, which is their first giant battle scene, he said they shot it for 6 weeks. And I was like, well, watching it took like a shade under 6 weeks.
It was live. We watched it live.
It's one of my favorite parts. So like, I'm not very rarely I'd be like, what we should do? Fire up a 3-hour historical fiction movie and gather around the hearth. But like, I liked this one. I easily could have trimmed 20 minutes out of it, but I don't think I
Dude, you could have taken 40 out for reals. Like as I was got about halfway through and I moved the mouse by mistake and it brought up the little thing at the bottom, I was like, we're only halfway. Oh no. That's when I realized like, oh snap, there's times where she's like walking into the jail to go see him, and the camera follows her.
Yeah, it's
and
like
it
a
follows
tracking
her
shot
to another
for 40
room,
seconds.
and then to another room. And I was like, just have her walk into the cell. What are we doing?
Just cut to when they were in the cell talking. Yeah,
Cut, jump to nice boob fest.
I was trying to think. I was trying to think about the TV version of this. I'm like, how did they run this like Roots, like over a 2-week period every single night?
It's the epic miniseries Braveheart. Join in all day, every night this week. Oh man.
But yeah, man, I think it's really well directed. Mel Gibson wins an Oscar for Best Director. It's well acted. It's freaking a tight 2 hours and 57 minutes.
All the things. Even that, and I make fun of the cinematography, but that's more editing choices, I guess. But the guy that won cinematographer, he did a great job as well.
Oh, no doubt.
Everybody pulled it together and really knocked it out.
Well, I have a friend who lives in Scotland, and I was asking about, like, I'm like, hey, dude, do you know about, like, do Scottish people talk about William Wallace? He's like, yeah, he's like Daniel Boone. There's like, there's statues of him everywhere. Like, people freaking love him.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's awesome. I love that he's like a real legit, like, folk hero still in Scotland. Like, just freaking
That's cool.
William Wallace statues just like randomly scattered throughout Scotland.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So we both got an 8. That's cool. I thought you were gonna rate it lower than that. I was gonna ask,
dude,
why.
me thinking about it with my little clips that I had seen, I was thinking, meh. But like now that I watched it all together, I see it's a great story. Just like you said, the reluctant hero and the whole like he killed my dog and now I got to kill everybody.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like that.
I was thinking about my favorite scenes. I was like, dude, there's a lot of scenes from this movie that I would like to include, which is not surprising when it's 3 hours long. But still, it's a lot of good shit in there.
Yeah. What's your first best scene?
My first scene is the giant battle scene, the Battle of Stirling Bridge, which is the one that Mel Gibson said took 6 weeks to film. They had 1,600 extras, and they actually used army people as the extras.
Yeah. I also had that one as my first one.
They built freaking mechanical horses because you could tell it's. I watched the making of featurette that came with the DVD. You could tell it's like just people have just decided in '95 that we should be nice to animals because Mel Gibson's like, yeah, you can't do stuff to horses anymore, you know. So we had to build some mechanical horses. And I guess in like '91, he's like, yeah, we just were murdering horses on Lethal Weapon. Who gave a shit?
Here's my question: where the bridge at?
Yeah, dude, that's one of the historical accuracies is the Battle of Stirling Bridge did not feature a bridge. And in the real battle, the bridge was kind of crucial because it was a choke point.
Yeah.
And it was how the Scottish fighters were able to stack up the British. And the bridge collapsed during the battle and a bunch of the British army drowned, which was kind of important.
Huge tactical element of this entire battle was the bridge.
Yeah.
And there was no bridge.
Huge tactical element of the battle in the movie was when they all mooned them. Which
and then
I
got
like.
shot in the ass.
Yeah.
With arrows.
Mel Gibson, as he said on the featurette, he's like, I think that should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most like asses anyone ever showed at one time.
Good Lord.
But apparently, like, the Scottish troops used to do that. Although in this time period, they didn't wear like tartan kilts.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing. That's
but I like how I just keep thinking about the story that Ben Affleck said about Armageddon when he's asking freaking what's his name? The director always blows everything up.
Michael Bay. Yeah.
Michael Bay's like, why wouldn't they just train astronauts to drill? Why would this doesn't make any sense? And Michael Bay was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I just like Mel, you know, they didn't wear kilts during this. He's like, just shut the fuck up. Like,
how am I supposed to show asses if we don't do that?
Like, that's the right answer. Who cares what they wore? This is awesome.
Yeah, it's already there's no bridge. You might as well put them in kilts.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my first scene. Also, by the way, and I know we talk about Dan Carlin every once in a while. When we talk,
hardcore history.
He's always talking about battles at this point, and I use this when we talk about it in class. Dude, this is so, and they do a very good job of showing how brutal this is, because it is not like I'm going to shoot this guy from a half mile away with a sniper rifle, or even I'm going to shoot him from 500 yards away with a rifle.
No, dude, I'm going to shoot him from indoor air conditioning with an Xbox controller, and it's going to be a drone strike, and it'll feel like I'm playing a video game.
Right.
Like, that's how war happens now. But this shit was like they were hitting people with rocks.
Yeah, I'm saying like they were fighting like Ewoks, and I was like, this is not for me at all. That's dude, because he talks about like, you know, nowadays a bomb could drop or a missile could hit you or some mortars could hit you, and you were kind of in danger all the time. Back then, you were in zero danger for most of the time, but as soon as you lined up, you were in maximum danger. And you have to sit there and be a serial killer. Kill one guy, and then kill the next guy, and then kill the next guy, and you got to keep doing that. That's brutal. And they showed it very well in this movie.
Well, it's one of the things I liked about this scene is it went on for a really long time, and you get the sense it's like long enough where it's like, dude, my blood pressure's kind of elevated just watching this. I can only imagine
being there.
Like, because Mel Gibson, because he's like he fights like 11 million thousand guys, and he like looks around for a second, and I'm like, right then he could have got shot with an arrow and died, and the movie would be over.
Right.
But this shit's taking so long.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I'm not even good at Capri Sun, so I know I'm not stabbing somebody to death. I don't know how you kill that many people and then go home and go, all right, I'm gonna tuck in for the night, night, and like fall asleep without like nightmares. Like, dude.
I think the nightmares come later because I think the day of the battle, if you live, you're probably pretty freaking tired.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I just don't.
Well, the crazy thing about this real battle, I'm trying to remember, is that there was another guy with him, a Scottish commander, and I think his name was Murray, and he died from his wounds at this battle, but he was like one of the other dudes, Andrew Murray, that fought this battle.
Yeah, it is him. Good
so
call.
it's like, hey, we won the battle. It's like, I'm the commander, like big party, and then like 2 months later he dies from his injuries. Like that's why I like that the old guy like got his hand chopped off, and he like went and fought some other battles one-handed, the one-armed man, and then eventually he died.
Dude, he got shot in the chest, and then they just like cauterized the wound with a hot piece of metal. What?
Yeah, dude. So I like that.
No. I'm not doing.
See, I talk about this all the time with one of my other friends because we both are of the theory that the internet has made people way too bold because there's no chance of anyone on the internet punching you in the mouth.
Right.
And when we grew up, you knew that there was things that you couldn't say without someone punching you in the mouth. And now everyone's like, I don't give a fuck. Come on at me. It's like you're on the computer. That's not how we grew up. Yeah. You ain't taking my cornbread. So, but I like that these battle scenes were so freaking crazy and they went on so long. And it's like, dude, this is. I also like the spears because the whole, like, historically, like, dude, you know about this? Like, there was like 1,000 years where if one group had heavy horses, it's like, well, shit, they won.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the 96 Bulls. Why even show up? Like, so, I mean, basically until the invention of the firearm, in like China in the 1300s, it's like if they got the horses, they win the battle. And Mel Gibson's like, well, just make really long spears. It's like, hell yeah, now we're talking like actual military tactics. William Wallace is supposed to be a great tactician. I'm like, that's. I like that there's real shit in the movie like that.
Yeah, and how he makes them hold and then pulls them up at the last second. Man,
even though I'm sure they probably didn't use spears at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, they used the bridge. I just like that there was like an actual.
They used the bridge. They probably used spears too. Dude, the whole like phalanx thing where they're. The guy behind you has a spear, your shield is here, and you're holding a spear. That guy has a spear, the guy behind him has a spear, and it like goes up like Macedonians.
Yeah, it's like a human porcupine.
They do the. How do you ride towards that?
Yeah.
Or run towards that? Like, dude, forget. That's crazy. Dude, I got a hangnail. I'm calling in sick to work, so I'm not running at that. I'm not. I'm out.
Dude, the only person in this movie that I want to be is the gay prince. He just stays home and he shoots arrows while his friends golf clap and he drinks wine.
Edward the Second. Dude.
Edward the First is like, did you take care of that? He's like, yeah, I got people working on that right now. He's like, that's not what I heard. He's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm gonna have some more wine. Like that's the
I'm gonna
job
throw
I
your
want.
quote friend right out of the window. I didn't like how they made him gay. That was just because nobody liked that back then.
I know.
And it's Mel Gibson.
Yes, exactly. They made him gay, and they probably made him Jewish. We just didn't know it at the time.
We just didn't know. That's the only way he could get angry at all those people. Just pretend they're all Jews, Mel. Let's go.
Yeah, I forgot. We're 20 minutes in. We probably should mention Mel Gibson's kind of a horrible human being, but really good at acting. So we're talking about that.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
What's your second scene?
My second scene, dude, I had a hard time picking, but I ended up choosing this scene the first time he meets with the Princess of Wales. Princess Isabel.
Yeah, Sophia Marceau.
Yeah, Sophie Marceau.
Sophie Marceau.
And they're in the tent, and she's like got the freaking bandage gauze shit all up on her head, and the Princess Leia hair, and she's trying to buy him off. And he's like, hey, Longshanks says, like, he'll give you a bucket full of gold and he'll give you a bunch of titles. You just got to, like, stop fighting.
Yeah.
And he's, like, getting all angry at her and stuff. I got a quote from that, too. He's like, and dude, he does the whole speech about, he's like, I was a boy when Longshanks first came. Because the movie starts with him hanging all the nobles.
Right.
And she doesn't know that. And he's like, go ask him. Go back and ask him.
Yeah.
And I freaking love that.
Yeah, because she's from France and she doesn't know what's been going on this whole time.
Yeah. Even though in real life she's still in France and she's 10 years old. But in the movie,
I was going to say,
she's here.
there's no way there. That's why that love interest didn't make sense to me. I didn't remember that. And I was like, wait a second. If I remember this part when I'm teaching it, she's way younger.
She's way younger, and she's still in France. But in the movie, it's awesome. And I love Sophie Marceau, so I'm glad she was there.
She's freaking on the door, and he's sinking down below, and everything's fine. Titanic.
Yeah, exactly.
The second one I had was the scene where the Irish, it's like the second like bigger battle in the middle of the field, and the
I think
Irish
it's the Battle of Falkirk.
Yeah, and they switch sides. And they go in, and then as soon as they're moving in with their spears,
they're all charging each other.
And the Scots are moving in too, and then all of a sudden they just stop and start laughing and shaking hands and stuff,
like hugging.
Yeah, yeah, and they're all just switching sides, and the British or the English people have no idea what's going on. They're like, what, freaking Irish? He starts getting upset. I love that.
That's great, dude. Before that. The frickin' Longshanks is at that battle, and he's there. He's like getting ready. He's like, "Hey, and one of his like advisors is like, he's like, "Do you want the archers?" And he's like, "No, arrows cost money. Send the Irish."
Send the Irish. Yeah.
I was like, God, this movie's got some really good dialogue.
Yeah, dude. The whole time, when they started flipping and they were on the other team, I was just like, because I forgot that part.
And then Mel Gibson's homie, Stephen, the Irish Highlander who joins him, he's like, well, I get to kill Englishmen. He's like, I told you, it's my island. And then they're just all hugging, high-fiving, like, that's great.
Yeah, that's really good. That was my second scene.
And then also at the Battle of Falkirk, then later on, the Scottish nobles also switch sides, so everyone's just freaking flip-flopping around.
Yeah, and freaking... I can't keep it straight. It's all murky. You said it was standard. I know what I said. It ain't murky when there's a girl involved, huh? I see how it go. Oh, man. That's booty blind. That's the problem. Everybody's booty blind. Just
That's right.
Flipping sides. What's your third one?
Dude, is that Buying the Cow? I feel like I was just watching that.
No, that was I Spy.
Oh, I Spy.
When everybody's flipping sides and... See, it's actually pretty standard. There's doubles, pseudo doubles agents, and like double agents, and it's pretty standard.
The third one, I had a hard time. I almost did that one because that's another great battle scene. There's a bunch of freaking double crossing.
Yeah.
And I ended up just doing the final scene of the movie because I just think it finishes in a really like satisfying way. Like Longshanks is up in his bed dying. He can't talk anymore. Mel Gibson's down there getting tortured, brave up to a point. Heart.
Yeah.
His buddies are like in the crowd with the like hood over their head. His dead wife's walking around. He's
tell him to say mercy. Right.
Say mercy, and we won't do it. And he wouldn't do it. And
Axel the Peen, and he didn't give it up.
And they don't show him being disemboweled, but I can tell from his facial expressions he didn't enjoy it. And I just liked that. And then,
dude, I had the same thing because when you said he died. Right as he yells freedom is right when the king dies also, or the guy dies. That's freaking great. That was a cool way to do that.
Also not how that really happened, but I liked it.
Right.
And dude, in real life, so some of the, like, I watched a video about how William Wallace actually died. It's like they actually did strangle him. Like they like hung him with the rope and they lowered him back down. And they did put him on the rack and then they freaking emasculated him, which is a really nice way to say they cut off his balls.
Yeah.
And then they disemboweled him while he was alive, and then burned his freaking insides, and then they drew and quartered him, and then they took all the pieces of him and put him in different parts of London.
Good call. That way he can't come back.
Very smart, but yeah, and I guess I can't count it as the same scene, but I really would like to because before that, maybe it's the same scene. The freaking Princess Isabel is like whispering in Longshank's ear because he can't talk anymore.
Yeah.
And she's saying like, your blood dies with you. I carry a child that's not of your line, and I promise your son won't sit on the throne for very long. And I was like, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah,
that's some
that's
Game of
awesome.
Thrones shit. I love it.
Yeah,
It didn't happen
yeah.
at all like that, but it's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Plus, I think Edward the First kind of knew about his son in this storyline.
Right.
Probably wasn't going to give him a son.
Right.
Grandson. Yeah, dude, friggin' end was the best, one of the best parts. That interrogation scene, they didn't show it, and you could still tell like what was going on. I liked it. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was like getting into the actual history would take us like another 2-3 hours that we don't have, and only one of us is qualified to talk about that. But like Edward II had like 4 brothers, so
Right.
it's not like this.
There was more. Yeah,
We're trying to make it real clean for the movie, but in real life, not so much.
that's how they got to do. They got to keep it simple, because if you put too many people, they start to
Yeah,
gets murky. People start flip flopping. Oh, can't keep it straight.
Or like if I go see a Marvel movie and haven't been in a while, I have to do the Homer Simpson's like, who's that guy? What did that guy say when I said, who's that guy? All right, let's do top 3 quotes. What's your first quote?
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Yeah, I got that one. I got the whole speech. It's the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Some of the nobles show up and they're gonna go leave, and he's like, what would you have us do? He's like, P says something, and the guy's like, yeah, we'll live, and he's like, aye, fight and you may die, run and you'll live, at least for a while. Yeah. And then the whole thing's like, dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Freedom. Yeah. I like how he yells freedom, too, at the end of the thing. Yeah.
He says that he thinks that Randall Wallace, the screenwriter, probably borrowed a little bit of that speech from Henry V, Shakespeare, which if you're going to borrow Shakespeare is a great place to go.
That's a good
But I saw Mel Gibson talking in an interview, and I flipped off the TV just so everybody knows how I feel about it in my own house by myself. But he was saying that he was like, the horse did all the work. He's like, the horse was like, it was very jumpy, and so every time I would yell, it would try to like run around. It really added a lot to the performance. I didn't have to do a whole lot.
His camera just followed him. He just said it and scared him. That's awesome.
But yeah, dude, that's my first one. That's a freaking epic quote. That made me get ready to go and fight for the sovereignty of Scotland.
Scotland? I'm not fighting for Scotland. I was wondering that too. I know. I know how you and I are. I don't know that there's anything that people could do to make me want to fight for the United States like this guy fought. Like, I'm not going out there like Ewoks and throwing rocks and getting sticks and stuff to fight people. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had all the advantages I could have. I don't know. You got to really love Scotland.
Yeah, or you got to really hate the oppression. And it's hard because I think it's actually a real problem with 2025 is like we're just as oppressed in some ways, but also we have air conditioning and high-speed internet, so it's easy to distract ourselves.
Yeah, it feels like you can't feel it. Yeah, I get that.
So it's like, I hate those guys. It's like, ooh, I got some new stuff to watch. Like, it's just...
All right, new episodes.
Like, it's not that we're not equally as oppressed as people in the past have fought over. It's just like we got other shit that we can do to distract ourselves, and you don't have to fight to do that. So for most people, it's like, well, I mean, it's, I can still afford a hamburger. I got new stuff to watch. I'm probably fine.
Right, yeah.
What's your next quote?
Every man dies, but not every man really lives.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have another variation of that he said a different time. It was like, we all end up dead. It's just a question of how and why.
Yeah.
I like the whole movie. He's just like throwing out stoic shit like that. He's like, hey, man. They're like, you'll die. He's like, yeah. He's like, but people are going to die, like, regardless.
Right.
They killed my wife. They killed my dog. The brake pads are not selling. I got to do what I got to do.
I have the call to action. Joseph Campbell says I got to go fight. Dude, I for a third quote, I put one down, where he says, like, I see my whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've got to come and fight as free men, the free men you are. What will you do with your freedom? Will you fight? Like, that whole, I wasn't really like married to that quote. I didn't like it that much. I just put it down because it was the next best thing for me.
I like that one. My third one is when he's talking to Princess Isabel the first time he's like, I don't want the bribes. He's like, I don't trust Longshanks. He sucks. And she's like, peace is made in such ways. And he goes, slaves are made in such ways. Yeah. And I liked it that we saw it a couple times because even when he was, like, if you say mercy, well, but he just wouldn't do it. He's like, I'm not, because she was saying before, like the night before he's going to be publicly tortured and killed, she's like, look, just pledge allegiance and they'll stick you in the tower. He'll be dead in 2 weeks and then I'll be in charge. We'll see what happens. He's like, I can't do it. He's like, I can't. And she's like, but you'll die. He's like, everyone dies, but not every man truly lives.
Right.
I like that we keep showing like he feels really strongly he's not going to compromise his morals or freedom is important to him.
Acts on the pain.
Dude, wouldn't do it. Brave up to a point. That'd be me. I'd be pledging allegiance to whoever or whatever. You don't have to have the axe out. You could just say that you have an axe in the trunk of your car, and that would be fine for me.
Somebody owes my ass a belt. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, dude, good call. I like.
But there was a bunch of other ones I liked. Like one time, freaking Edward I says the problem with Scotland is it's full of Scots. There was a bunch of good lines in there, and like Mel Gibson said at one point, he's like every Scots will be free as long as I draw breath or some shit like that. I was like, this dude's freaking hard up about this. I like this.
He loves Scotland way more than I've liked pretty much anything.
Sure. Right. He cares about stuff. I mean, it's, he went off with Uncle Argyle. He learned how to fight. He learned how to speak Latin and French.
Oh, one-eyed Argyle.
We didn't talk about that, but in that same scene that I had with the princess, I love that moment too, where she's talking, one of the like guards is talking to her in French. Oh, it's like, don't listen to this guy. He's slimy. He's a barbarian. And he's lying. And Mel Gibson's,
it was her, the guy with the weird haircut, that like her advisor, and he said something in Latin.
Yeah, in Latin. And Mel Gibson says back in Latin, he says, I never lie, and I'm not a savage. He's like, I am a savage, but I never lie. He says it back in Latin. I was like, dude, I love when shit like that happens.
And then he says, would you rather me speak French? And he says it in French. That was great. Ice cold.
That's good. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I like that.
Let's do characters. Who's the best character?
My best
to pick Mel
first best character is Mel Gibson.
My first best character is William Wallace. Mel Gibson could kick rocks.
Yeah.
But no, for reals, he did a great job, man.
Yeah,
Passionate.
He got sent the script as an actor, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. It seems awesome." And then he said that he just like kept like thinking about it more and more, and he kept thinking like, "I want to do this way, and I really would like this to be this way." And he's like, "I probably should direct this because I have a lot of ideas."
Yeah.
And dude, tell me if you agree with this. I kept thinking during this movie that if you take any Kevin Costner movie that isn't about sports and put Mel Gibson in that role, I think it's way better.
You think?
Like, I'm just imagining Mel Gibson in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which is already a really good movie, but he would make it better.
I think so, yeah.
And like Waterworld, what if Mel Gibson directed Waterworld? That would probably be awesome.
I don't want to give Mel Gibson too much more work, but we can have him do a remake of Waterworld if you'd like.
No, I'm just saying, like
Yeah, no, it would be better. It would be. It's a completely different style of hero.
Dude, I think he would freaking swap right in. I think he's just an improved Kevin Costner, unless it's a sports movie, and then I'm keeping Kevin Costner because that's his wheelhouse. Yeah. Like I don't want Mel Gibson in 10 Cup, but like Mel Gibson in Robin Hood, I think would be badass.
Right. I'm not saying Mel Gibson would be bad in 10 Cup either, though, because like we watched him in what's the card playing movie? Maverick. He was funny in that.
Really funny.
Yeah, so like I think he could play that, but
yeah,
dude, he killed it in this. He was definitely my first one, even though historically inaccuracies were rampant. I thought it was super compelling and pretty iconic. That him with the blue face paint all caked on, even though that's not really historically accurate for that time frame either.
No, the kilts are like 500 years too early, and the blue face paint's like 500 years too late. But together, I think it's great.
Absolutely. Who's your second?
My second one was Sophie Marceau.
Yeah, she was my third. Dude, I like her.
I do too. She is fantastic. I like that character, even though it's like she's not in this story for real in that way. But I was like, dude, this is it's like a little love triangle kind of triangle with Edward II. Probably not so much a triangle, but like she's getting involved. She's like feeding him information about about the potential like
That's what I was
ambushes
gonna
and
say.
stuff.
That was the best part when she said, "Oh, they're going to come from the north and do the thing." Dude, I love that. Plus, I really like her as an actress. Dude, remember the one with Spade? Lost and Found.
Lost and Found.
That's what it's called. Dude, I used to love that. She played like a cello or something, and he was in that. He was super funny, and she killed it in that. I thought she was awesome.
Also in Alex and Emma, one of your my favorites. Had like a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, how?
She mainly does French. Mainly does French movies because her IMDb has like 60 credits on it. But if you look at it, there's like 4 movies that people in America saw. It's like that Lost and Found and Alex and Emma, and those aren't even the movies that people saw. But then she did like
she did Bond. She did.
I was gonna say the Bond movie and this are the 2 big like American roles.
Yeah.
But she was fantastic. I liked her.
Yeah, killed it. I agree. I had her as third. The person I had second was Brendan Gleeson as Hamish, his friend, the guy with the red hair.
Dude, I'm glad you picked him because I was trying to decide between him
that,
and the Irish guy, and they both were fantastic.
That, dude. Yeah, I really, really like Brendan Gleeson. He's in a ton of movies I've seen, but he's
in Harry
Troy.
Potter stuff. He's in Troy.
He's in Troy, and he plays Menelaus. And dude, I love it.
He's in Bruges, which is a kind of underrated movie that I like. Banshees of Inisherin. I also like that Brendan Gleeson is playing Mel Gibson's Scottish best friend, and he's Irish.
Yeah,
and David O'Hara is playing Stephen, the Irish Highlander, and he's Scottish.
Flip-flopped.
Like the one guy who's playing the Irishman in this movie is maybe the one actor that's from Scotland.
That's freaking great. That's freaking great. Who's your third? Who'd you pick for third?
I picked David O'Hara, the Irishman.
That's who you picked. Oh, that's
yeah,
who you
dude,
picked. Nice.
I love that guy.
That's awesome.
He kept cracking me up. There was a lot, dude. There were a lot of people that I could have, like the guy that played Robert the Bruce. I really liked him. The guy who played Longshanks, Patrick McGoohan, incredible.
Not a lot of people named Angus around here.
Not a lot of no. You don't meet a lot of Anguses.
No.
But dude, Patrick McGoohan, the guy who played Longshanks, he had that freaking pointy beard. He was like giving the Royal British accent, and he's done all.
He rolled his R's a couple times.
Yeah, he hit it hard. I liked it. Yeah. But like, if you go through his stuff, it's like, dude, he was like working with Jimmy Stewart and stuff. He's did Escape from Alcatraz. He was awesome.
I almost did the very fake, only for this movie, Brian Cox as Uncle Argyle, because he's not a real character, real person either. But and Brian Cox and Brendan Gleeson were brothers in Troy, so they were on the screen a lot together.
I love Brian Cox. I wish he was in more of this, but I'm wondering if they. I'm guessing
Argyle
3
wasn't
hours.
real.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they probably cut some stuff out. Yeah, dude, this cast is great. I'm like everybody did an awesome job. They freaking filmed the shit in Scotland, and Mel Gibson was like, or maybe they filmed it in Ireland. They filmed it in Inverness. I don't really know where that is. I think that's Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, it is in Scotland. But he was like, yeah, we just said we film in Scotland, and we picked a city, and we got there, and we realized it's the rainiest part of Scotland, which is one of the rainiest parts of Western Europe. And so it just rained like the whole time.
The whole time.
Like just
I could tell it was super muddy, and the whole time all I could think of was icky toes. Get me in the boat. I don't want to be anywhere near any of that.
Yeah, but it was fine though because they were wearing leather shoes, and by leather shoes I mean they took a piece of leather and wrapped it around their foot and then tied it with string, and then they just walked around like that.
And then just never untied it for weeks at a time.
Never. No, not one time. Yeah, dude, a fantastic cast. So writer-director, Mel Gibson is the director, wins the best director Oscar. Randall Wallace is the writer who's American from Tennessee. He takes a trip to Scotland. He realizes there's a famous Wallace over there. He's like, maybe that's related to me. And then he writes Braveheart, and it's not related to him at all.
Not
but,
related to him,
and he's like, I don't care if it's real. I just thought it was awesome, and I agree.
Yeah. He wrote Pearl Harbor too.
I was gonna say, dude, cool. Randall Wallace is definitely like he wrote and directed Man in the Iron Mask, wrote Pearl Harbor, which I really like, directed Secretariat.
Yeah, freaking, I like Pearl Harbor, even though it's Michael Bay and everything's blowing
Dude,
up. It's still...
me and you are both on that Pearl Harbor train. Like, it's freaking popcorn movie. Shit's exploding.
Yeah. Everybody's good in it. Yeah.
There's a lot of golden hour stuff. Like, it's great.
Magic hour. Yeah. Dude, John Toll, the cinematographer, he did a bunch of other movies, like Elizabethtown, Almost Famous.
Nice.
A ton, Iron Man 3. Like, he's all over one of the Matrix movies. I didn't write down which one, but I remember it would not be in the first one. So, dude, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
He's done a cinematography or a bunch of movies that we have seen before. Dude did a pretty good job, I thought.
Yeah, dude, I don't pretend to be any judge of cinematography, but I thought the movie looked great.
Yeah.
I think that he has something to do with that.
Yeah, he definitely does. The
other thing I was going to say is we talked about James Horner a little bit, did the score.
Yeah.
We've talked about James Horner a lot. Like, he did Aliens. He did freaking An American Tail, Field of Dreams, Apollo 13, Beautiful Mind, Titanic.
Titanic.
He is a freaking monster composer who died in a plane crash at age 61.
Oh, man. That sucks.
But I always like to shout out James Horner because that dude is great. And this score is fantastic.
All these people die in plane crashes. We can't get John Bon Jovi to take a plane somewhere?
The only thing I can say about James Horner is that he was a pilot, so at least that was probably his fault.
Oof.
I don't know that for sure, but he was flying a single engine plane and it crashed. That's not the way you want to go.
No, it's not.
The other thing I was going to mention is I saw the producer, Alan Ladd Jr. Do you know who Alan Ladd is?
Dude, as soon as I saw the name, I was like, Alan Ladd.
You've seen it a bunch of times because he worked for 20th Century Fox, and he was this 20th Century Fox executive who approved the production of Star Wars. So every Star Wars movie says somewhere on there, like, Fox, production executive Alan Ladd.
Nice. Is he related to Cheryl Ladd?
That's his sister-in-law.
Oh, my God. It's that one with Cheryl Ladd on the cover? Oh, wait, except you didn't have the cover because it was a copy.
Yeah, I made you.
I haven't really had a chance to absorb that one yet, Dick.
But yeah, so Alan Ladd was I think he was at MGM when this script came on, and then he left MGM, but he took the script with him and formed a production company and made it. And so...
Nice. That was a good call.
That was indeed a good call. But yeah.
Nice job, Alan Ladd Jr.
He's done okay for himself, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's probably fine. What other bonus good? Dude, I thought the pre-CGI, like we talked about the battles, I wrote, again, how awesome that was. And I wrote down James Horner's sweeping Celtic-inspired score was fantastic. Those are the two bonus good that I had.
It was great. I saw that it was nominated for a bunch of awards, but people didn't really think it was a serious contender for Best Picture because it was going against Apollo 13, The Postman, Leaving Las Vegas, Sense and Sensibility, Usual Suspects. Yeah. But then it won Golden Globe for Best Director. And it's like, oh shit, people really like this movie. It might win some stuff. Right. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I don't even know. I know, like, practical effects, you just make robot horses and stuff. But, like, I don't even know, like, how, on such a large scale, how you put something like that together. It's just freaking crazy.
Well, I was kind of surprised that they could make it for $50 million because they had 1,600 extras and they spent 6 weeks shooting one battle. It seems like that can't be the right amount of money for that. Like, did they just rent out all of Scotland for a month and a half and that was all it cost? It seems like it should have been more.
Everybody's just so proud of Scotland. They're just like, yeah, put it on film. We love it.
I mean, it did a lot of stuff for Scottish tourism.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out the prima noctis thing because they talk about it in The Office. It's like one of the precipitating events of the movie is that Longshanks is shown invoking prima noctis so that his English lords can have sex with brides on their wedding night to breed out the Scottish people. And I was looking at it, and I did some deep diving about that. I mean, I read on Wikipedia, and it says there's no historical source that seems like that ever happened.
Every year when we get to this part of the world, there's some kid that's seen this movie and feels like he watched it as a documentary, and he always asks, is that a thing? Because the Roman emperors definitely, like, people like Caligula, if he came across a wedding, he would stop and, like, take what he thought was his. But like, I don't think they've ever had a thing where prima nocta is a thing.
Right. Well, I mean, dude, there's all kind of numbers out there saying how many descendants there are of Genghis Khan, because they famously they just took their reward as they were conquering people, and it's like
pillage.
it's something like 0.5% to 1% of men in the world have genes that link them back to Genghis Khan, and he has something like 16 million male descendants.
That's awesome.
But that wasn't like we passed a law that was just Genghis like, I'm gonna have sex with everybody, or I'm gonna cut all your heads off. I really don't care which.
Right. Rape and pillage and sacking a city and taking the booty has two meanings when it's Genghis Khan.
And one of them is gold.
Right.
And one of them is booty.
One of them is not.
Did you have any worst?
Dude, I didn't like the subplot with the Wallace and Princess Isabel, like how she was like swooning over him. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And the whole Edward II being like effeminate and weak or homosexual or whatever they were making him. I didn't like that part, but other than that, that was pretty.
I thought it worked fine for the movie. I mean, I think you could definitely criticize the historical inaccuracy, and plenty of people did.
Yeah.
I don't care because I thought it was awesome, but yeah, it's completely not at all the way that it happened in like sometimes ludicrous like stretches. Like, dude, the kilt and the blue face paint, those things exist in Scottish history 1,000 years apart.
And no bridge.
Right, and no bridge at the Battle of Stirling Bridge.
Right.
Right. Old tech, I had horses, ?
Robot horses?
It's pretty old tech.
Robot horses.
Yeah, dude, I mean...
Yeah, I didn't
really have any worse for this. I don't even have... I mean, I guess political incorrectness, they got an Irishman playing the Scot, and they got Scots playing Irishmen. That's just...
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, everyone over in the British Isles is all the same, and I can't tell the accents apart.
Cool, we just lost all of our listeners over in the British Isles.
Bye to the both of you. No, I mean, I'm not... That's not their fault. That's my fault, but I'm just saying, like, I can't tell.
Wales is all going black right now. It's just, everybody's turning it off.
I'm not going to lie. I could not point to Wales on a map, even if you
You
just zoomed
could.
in on it. No, I could not.
Isn't that where Catherine Zeta-Jones is from? You could totally point to it.
I could point to Catherine Zeta-Jones if I see her, but I could not point to Wales. No, dude, I was trying to work on my Scottish accent. I was like, is that Irish or that might even be Japanese? I'm not sure what's happening there. But
I know you did a Scottish accent earlier, and all I could think of was "get in my belly."
That's hard. It's hard not to go that far with it. I got my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Oh, okay, donkey. That sounds good. We've had enough. Oh man.
5 questions.
5 questions. Yeah, dude, this is rated R.
Rated R. Hard R.
Hard R.
Like 16, 17. Not that hard R.
I was gonna say 16 is what I put.
Yeah. A lot of blood and guts and sex. Although I feel like you would have approved of the sex scenes because there was not a lot of gratuitous nudity.
Yeah, that was just
like
some boobies,
it was like dark shapes, and then they would cut quickly to the next thing.
Right. It's not that bad. They just show the curtains moving, and then they go to the next scene. That part really wasn't the problem. It's just the blood and guts because it's practical effects. So it's like it's brutal.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah, dude.
What's the next?
Like that,
what was it? Go ahead.
I was gonna. This relates to Braveheart not at all, but I got bored and I was rewatching Dawson's Creek, which I don't think I've seen since it came out in the 90s,
yes.
and I didn't watch it a lot, so I don't know very much about it. But I was like, dude, the 90s were a freaking wild time. The whole first season of Dawson's Creek has a subplot that runs throughout the entire thing, where Joshua Jackson's character is having sex with his high school teacher, and he's 15 in the show. And I was like, It seems like we should probably. Should have known better even in 98, but like they were just like, yeah man, just freaking let it fly, this is the biggest show on TV.
Everybody's got their shirt sleeves down here on their sweaters, and everybody is totally
everybody's wearing baggy clothes. James Vanderbeek's got the same hairstyle as I got right now. It's great. No, it's the point, like 90s was a different time, but yeah, this movie's got a lot of blood and a lot of guts.
15, 16 is definitely the answer.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now?
You got to shorten it up, dude. Nobody this is the beginning of the school year, and I'm like, hey, what have y'all heard about this class? It's easy, but I hate history. Like every single person is like, I hate history.
Nice.
So if you're gonna tell a story about history, it has to be like this, where there's just blood and guts and boobs and stuff. Otherwise, people aren't watching.
Do you think it's kind of surprising that we haven't seen a lot of remakes of these like historical epic movies? Why aren't we like, they remade True Grit? Why haven't they remade any of these like historical
coming
movies?
back. Westerns are coming back, but not these. Nobody, dude. Ancient history. Nobody likes this. There are people that aren't on this podcast that group Gladiator and Braveheart and everything all together, like Troy and Kingdom of Heaven, and anything where people don't have AC just gets lumped together way back in the gap. And that kind of sucks, because I know there's a difference, but I also talk about that stuff, every year. So like, right. I don't know. I don't think you make it. Not if you want people that I teach to watch it.
Yeah, and I guess you could still make. I guess they still make stuff like this as like TV shows, like that. What was that, like
Game
Vikings or
Vikings and
Norsemen, or there's a bunch of shows like that, and it's just everything's like real freaking dark and moody and like.
I mean, if you want to go with the Scottish independence, the War for Scottish Independence, the first one, you could make it more historically accurate and tell the story and use William Wallace. But like, I don't see him. I don't think you can make it again. Yeah. Or you could. By the way, I just don't think anybody watches it.
By the way, they said in this movie a couple times, William Wallace said, like, we'll have something for that none of us for our whole lives have ever had, which is a country of our own. And when the real William Wallace was born, Scotland was its own country, and it only got taken over by England when its king died and there was no successor.
Right.
So real William Wallace had Scotland of his own. Literally, we have it at home.
All I thought of when that was like when Jake's like, God, I guess the Saints are going to suck again. I was like, again? They've always sucked. They were just good for a small part. You just weren't alive for it. So like you missed it. So
they were good for 3 years while you were not alive, but it was pretty recently.
Yeah, but they all... Yeah, they
so you could do it as a TV show. I don't know that anyone is gonna, but at some point maybe somebody will be like, dude, it would be great if we had kilts.
Did you recast it? Because I want Tom Hardy to play William Wallace or play the main character. I like that dude, and I think he could do this.
I was trying to find actual Scottish actors, and that was really. It was like I got Gerard Butler, but he's like kind of too old.
Yeah.
I got James McAvoy, who I think can do anything. So like he was kind of my choice. Like he could just make his beard real shaggy.
Is he big enough? Like I don't know. I just like
dude. He's as big as Mel Gibson.
Is Mel Gibson that big? I don't know.
They both seem like they're like 5'8", 5'9". Real William Wallace is supposed to be huge, by the way. He's supposed to be like 6'7".
7 foot tall, 50 men if there was one.
Yeah. Flames out of his arse. But like, dude, like so like James McAvoy would be my pick because I love that guy.
That's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. Can you still enjoy it though?
Dude, it's great. If you got 3 hours to kill.
There were people that I talked to when I said I was doing this movie, and they haven't seen it, and I was like, you need to watch it. It's really good.
Dude, here's the thing, man. This movie's so long. It was like you at one point. I like accidentally clicked on the bar, and it was like, oh, I'm an hour 10 in. Oh, I've got an hour 50 to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this part's, maybe I'll just pull my phone out. This part looks like it's kind of, and I couldn't even look at my phone while the movie was happening because too much cool shit was happening on screen. I could not. Yeah.
Even if it wasn't like battles and stuff, the story was moving forward really
That's what
quickly.
I'm saying. Like I thought I would zone out for a little bit and like do a little recharge and then get back into it, and I couldn't do it because it was too engrossing. So I just think this is freaking great.
Yeah.
And there are people with way better attention spans than me that probably would have blown through this.
Made it through the whole thing.
Except in friend Mike, who refuses to pay $2.99 for a movie.
Where did you? Speaking of which, I watched it on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
because I get that free from somewhere.
Yep, I get it free from Comcast. That's where I watched it.
I got halfway through it at work. No, not halfway. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes in at work, and I paused it, went to go to the bathroom, came back on my lunch break, unpaused it, and the site was blocked by the school district, so I had to finish it. I had to start it over at the house. But Paramount Plus had it. It was a pretty good copy. It was in surround sound and stuff at the house. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, that was the only place I saw that you could get it for free, and then you can rent it wherever you want. But yeah, Paramount Plus, that was my answer as well.
Quotes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's actually a streaming site I don't pay for. I get it for free with my internet. So
yeah.
Free-ish.
Free-ish. Dude, so we didn't talk about what we wanted to do next, and I was looking at the list.
Okay, cool. I looked at it too. So you tell me which ones you looked at.
I got two that I want to pitch because I need something lighter,
great,
and shorter.
All right.
I want Bye Bye Love or While You Were Sleeping.
Okay, the two that I looked at next is Bye Bye Love and Toy Story.
Ooh, Bye Bye Love is the answer.
Bye Bye Love
That's
it
the
is.
crossover. Nice. Oh, man.
All right, so we got Adventures in Babysitting out on Patreon. Patreon, folks, if you have not checked that out, please go ahead and do that. That's a completely freaking ludicrous movie, but we have now done it. And
ludicrous. Super sugar crisp.
Dude, why?
Dude, I'm excited for Bye Bye Love. You know Joe. Joe. I know Joe. Fine, yes.
I can't wait to watch that movie. I love it. It's impossible to find on the internet for anyone else who wants to watch it. But, but yeah,
we've seen it.
We got Patreon, Adventures of Babysitting out, plus a bunch of other 1987 movies. And we'll be back in 2 weeks on the main feed with Bye Bye Love.
Yeah. Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.